Reddit is full of crazy, amazing, and downright bizarre subreddits that can bring out the most terrifying people and events. I will be reading off the strangest and most mysterious Reddit posts. Does anyone remember the guy who had a completely normal life and a wife and kid, but one day was sitting in his living room and his lamp looked weird to him? So he kept focus on the lamp, and days went by with him just sitting and staring at the lamp. Then he woke up from a coma. It turns out he was walking across the street and someone came running at him full speed and tackled him, knocking him out. He said he was still depressed over his previous life in the coma, but thinking about it gives him the chills. There was one I read about a woman who thought she heard people talking in her house while she was sleeping. She captured an audio recording and everything.
What are you doing? Okay.
This user posted, "Got a notification from my smart home app in the middle of the night saying, 'Your doorbell detected a visitor.' Redditors quickly came together to find out more. The original poster did not respond to anyone. Everyone was beginning to think something happened, until he jumped back in. Yes, this was real, guys. Basically, I kept getting notifications on my app that my doorbell detected a visitor. When I checked the first few times, nothing appeared, and figured it was maybe a stray dog or someone on the sidewalk being detected by the sensor. Several notifications later, I checked again, and this is what appeared. This is far less mystery than the weird, scary, creepy ones being posted, but it's one that has me bothered like crazy. It's just a 90s alternative song that no one can figure out. It's just that it sounds so damn familiar that I feel so certain I've heard the artist before, but just can't place it. Googling lyrics turns up nothing. Shazam and similar services turn up nothing. The subreddit tip of my tongue couldn't figure it out. YouTube commenters can't figure it out either. The OP posted a list of other songs on the mixtape it came from, and every other was a very popular song and all around the same few years of release. And then there's this one. This is a thread from 6 years ago. A user named YaVideoGames posted over 4,000 comments in this thread in multiple comment trees. It looks like it was somewhat automated, but there's a handwritten comment and very creepy images throughout. If you've ever read House of Leaves, it has the same sort of chills. Here is the list of pictures. This guy is a legit ISIS fighter in Syria. You gotta dig a little bit to find his answers. Most of them got downvoted. He got droned a few days later and died. His answers show how delusional these people are. There is a subreddit called Harrisony, which is pretty much all one person posting quite incoherent, very repetitive things, mostly centered around religion. I don't really know what to make of it. Even if it is a bot, this one really creeps me out for some reason. Also, it has no post history if you click on the account. How is this possible? What is going on here? There was a guy who posted a weird looking device. Multiple people told him not to screw with it because it was an old grenade or bomb. And then he stopped replying. It's extra weird because he was fairly active before posting the thread and hasn't posted since. Another person said it was a landmine. The account was deleted. It pointed to him trolling everyone and simply stopping posting and later deleting. Another Redditor was able to find the person that made the original post, and lo and behold, he was actually trolling everybody. You can see he's actually active today. A guy posts on the subreddit relationships about finding out that his wife cheated on him. He finally tells her he wants a divorce, and that night she murders both of their children to keep him from getting custody. It was by far the most upsetting, awful thing I have ever seen on Reddit.
A disturbing crime out of Montgomery County. These two young children killed by their mother.
I would say it has to be that post about the Redditor who visited the tunnel bridge by the train. He visited in his youth, and the OP delivered and visited again. In his first visit, he found a chair facing a wall, a bloody condom, and some porn images taped to the wall. In his second visit, he finds all that minus the bloody condom, but he also finds a bag full of feces and a knife. It was creepy shit, and it was posted on Let's Not Meet. I am 99% positive this story is perhaps not fake, but highly embellished. The bridge in question across the A55 road in North Wales in the UK is probably about 30 minutes drive from my house. Another Redditor jumped in and said, I missed the original post, but as a teen I was massively into urban exploring, and armed with the local knowledge, this is one of the first sites I visited. The trouble is nothing in the original post matches up with anything I remember. There are certainly no spaces inside the structure that would be large enough to house a person sitting in a chair in the manner shown in the photos. The inside of the structure is very narrow, with no open spaces at all. The spaces require you to bend over most of the time, and were only ever intended to be used as inspection ducting. I genuinely believe that some of the photos are real, the exterior shots and the access tunnel are real. However, the bits with the chair and whatnot make no sense. The OP has used a clever angle that makes the ceiling look a lot higher than it is. In reality, you'd still be banging your head on the ceiling sitting in the chair. Also, some of the bits he found are suspect. The crime scene tape is not an item used by the British law enforcement organization. They simply use a blue and white ticker tape that says police on it and looks like this. What makes me think it was added in for embellishment. Another fact that makes me suspicious of the OP's claim is the dust where the chair is supposed to be. The OP claims it's near the center of the bridge near the bulge where the center column is, but on my visit, I found the closer you got to the center, the less dust there was. To the point I would say the area with the chair is actually the larger chamber near the entrance, and the OP probably didn't realize it at the time, but it's not all dust. A lot of it is the lining of the train's brake pads that has worn off when the train crosses the bridge. It has to brake there for a sharp bend not too far after the bridge. This lining also happens to contain asbestos, so I hope for OP's sake he was wearing a P3 protective mask, which I fortunately chose to bring mine. I'm not saying the OP didn't find a tramp's hiding hole, but the chair and the paraphernalia just seemed like it was out of place for that cramped awkwardness of the location. So perhaps he chose to embellish what he found for the sake of entertainment. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please contact me on Twitter.